Hi everyone, Yaku from tutortouch here, and in this video I'll be going over the new updated Node program that comes with the Android 9.0 operating system. Please keep in mind that if you have an older series panel, specifically the EE series, you will still be able to access all of the new Node features by doing the Edu 2.0 upgrade. I've already created a video on how to do the Edu 2.0 upgrade. I will leave a link to that video down in the description. Alright, so firstly, the interface for the new Node program has changed slightly, and you can also access it through a couple of different ways now. So with the EG series, you do have the side menu bars, which you can access from either the right or the left hand side, and you will see there is your Node program icon. Or if you've customized the desktop like I have, you can simply click on the Node program icon on the desktop and that will open it for you. You also have the ability to use the Node program in Windows mode or floating Windows mode, so you will be able to access other content on the other side of the panel if you would like to do that. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll quickly run through all of the new features and touch onto some of the old features that have been updated with some quality of life changes. Alright, so from the left hand side here you have your menu, which will allow you to open, import and save everything, as well as adjust the brightness and the background of the color or of the screen. Exit will obviously close the program, and then share is a new feature that generates a QR code and then it makes an image of all of the content on the panel that will be in a Word format or in a page format. You can scan that and you will automatically have the content on your phone for use at a later stage. Perfect if you want to immediately give the content to the students. Then list is just a feature where you can see what's open in the background, and if you have any operations open that you wish to close, you can close them from here. Then going over to the middle toolbar, this is where the bulk of the new features will sit and where we will touch onto them. So the first one over here is your selector. So this will allow you to select anything on the panel and then move it around and manipulate it accordingly, or just delete it if you want to. Then going into your pens, there are now a couple of different features which is new to the Android side Note program. It also allows you to write in two different colors at the same time. And then for those of you that paid a lot of attention, you will also see the new icon one right at the end, which I will touch onto in a moment. I just want to showcase one of those quality of life features quickly that I've mentioned. So in my hand, I have the new updated stylist with a thin tip and a thick tip. Now what this allows you to do, it allows you to write in two different colors with ease at the same time. So without swapping pens, without doing anything else, you have now written in two different colors, making your work just a little bit more engaging. Then going on from there, you have your paintbrushes and then your emoji one. So I want to quickly touch on to the emoji one or the icon one. So what this is we've implemented 1.7 million icons onto the panel, which you can access by drawing a couple of lines, or if you know what you are looking for, you can draw the specific shape and you will can get access that way. So for instance, if you just draw a couple of lines, it will probably come up as a sandwich or something like that, because that's more or less what the panel will think you have drawn. Alternatively, if you know what it is or what the shape is you're looking for, let's say for instance the Eiffel Tower, it's as simple as drawing the shape accordingly, and as you can see, my first two options both are of the Eiffel Tower, and you can implement this into your lesson quickly and easily, just to use in conjunction with your content, your other content. Eraser is obviously to erase anything on the panel. Clear all will take off all the content on the panel. Then you do have a new feature, or the ruler feature, which gives you your different rulers, your squares and your protractors, and they will also tell you exactly how long the line is that you've drawn on the panel for easier and more accurate use. Then going from there, you have your shapes, both 3D and 2D, and you also have your free form shapes. So if you draw anything, it will automatically correct it for you into a proper shape. And then the next feature here is your smart tables. This is brand new to the Node program. So essentially what this is a block grid or a table. So I want a 2x3 table. You can insert it, and then obviously you can move it around and manipulate it accordingly. You can make them bigger, smaller. However, they are smart, so you don't have to necessarily manipulate the size of the blocks. I will showcase why not in 2 seconds. You now have access to this feature where you can just draw a line and add any blocks or anything like that. And then to delete them, it's as simple as pressing the minus button over there. All right, so now I've mentioned that they are smart and that you don't have to worry about the size of the blocks. So let's say you have a word on here. Let's say you're learning about flowers. You can take that word, select it. One of the other new features is the smart write, as well as the smart lookup. Now that didn't entirely write what I wrote because my handwriting is a little bit bad, but luckily for me, you can see at the bottom here, it gives me a couple of options. So it was flowers. I'm going to make this or correct the spelling in that sense. And then afterwards, you can press the search button, which will then take you onto the internet and quickly search that word for you. Now, for instance, I searched flowers, and if you go over to imaging, there will be a couple of flower images that you can then use to implement with your lesson. So let's say you like this one, click on the image, hold onto it and drag, and now you've implemented that image into your lesson with ease. All right, so now you've got flowers. I'm going to put them right next to the grid here, and then I'm going to select this word and drag it into the blocks. Now, as you can see, it does give me an outline on which block I have chosen. And as soon as you leave it or drop it into the block, it will expand accordingly, accommodating your content. So no need to rearrange anything on the panel, just get your blocks on there and rearrange the content into the blocks, and the blocks will expand accordingly. And once you're done, it's as simple as removing it and the block will minimize again. So just going to delete all of this off the panel, and then I'll touch on to the second last feature over there. So second last feature is the new sticky notes. So this is perfect if you want to have anything on the panel at all times. So let's say you have homework assignments that you want to have visible at all times, or weekly homework assignments that you want your students not to forget about. You can then populate them in the sticky notes, and they will always be on the top right hand side of the panel. You can also color code these per class. So if you want to make sure that every class has a different sticky note with a different homework assignment on, you can also do that. You can manipulate them by clicking on them and editing the content on a daily or a weekly basis. And then if you want to delete it, it's as simple as selecting it and deleting. Now, preview is new to this side of the Node. It was always in the Android side of the Node, but just as a showcase, I want to quickly just draw a couple of lines, and then you can go preview. This is essentially infinite canvas mode, so you can make your content smaller and move them out of the way. All right, and then the last two over here in this menu bar is undo and redo. Over on the far right, you have your page selector, which you can just add pages and then flick through them accordingly. All right, so that was just a brief overview on the new Android 9.0 Node program. Thank you so much for watching. Please follow, like, and share. My name is Yaku from tutortouch.